Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'll be starting a brand new collection today, kind of off the side of my personal collection, where I plan to spend just $10 a week and try to put something really cool together. The idea is that I'll be spending just $10 a week, and that includes shipping and taxes, so in total, that's all I'll be spending. And I'll give you updates on every week on what I'm adding to my binder, and kind of show you some of the cool, maybe cards that you didn't know about or that are really undervalued right now. On top of that, I just plan on doing English cards for this. I think most people collect English, and while I think your dollar will go a lot more with Japanese, and even my personal collection, I've steered a lot more towards Japanese right now, I think most people will get more value out of doing this with English cards. So I'm going to start with that. And then other than that, I'll show you receipts of all the cards that I buy, all the prices, all that stuff, but I won't be doing regular updates on cards, price increases, things like that. This isn't really about investing in these cards. It's just about budgeting with a cool collection. So that'll be the general idea. And yeah, I kind of want to show you how I look for new cards or look for cards you may have never seen before, and just kind of see maybe undervalued things in the market and pick those up while they're still cheap. Prices are crazy right now. So yeah, let me show you kind of what I look at when I'm looking for new cards. For the most part, I plan on using TCG Player and eBay to buy cards. I find that TCG Player is especially great for really cheap cards, a few dollars or less, which is mostly what we're targeting. And I think one of the biggest things that is going to help you with finding cards is just playing around on TCG Player, using the various search functions, kind of figuring out how to use the platform the best way, because it's a great way to just discover new cards. On top of that, knowledge of Pokemon cards already will help a lot, like what the current rarities are and how those work. TCG Player actually released an article right when Scarlet and Violet came out that has this really nice, useful chart here, and I really like this. So it goes over the commons, uncommons, rares, double rares, which for this era is EX Pokemon. In the previous era was Sword and Shield, that was V cards. Ultra Rare, which is full art and full art trainers. Illustration rares and special illustration rares, which are those newer alternate art cards that everyone loves, and then hyper rares, which are gold cards. In the past, I think hyper rares or maybe even secret rares were like the rainbow rares and things like that. And all of these in Scarlet and Violet, the ones with the asterisks, are all considered secret rares, so the numbers are after the full set number. Just to kind of show you, I'm going to go through some of those rarities just to see and get you more familiar with what those are. So I like to start with ultra rare, so we'll do that. And like I said, these will be, and right now it's priced low to high, but we'll kind of switch to best match here. So V, even some VMAX cards are considered ultra rare, and the current era EX cards. Here are also some trainer gallery cards, so there is some variety in this rarity tier. Same thing if you wanted to look at like illustration rares. We can take a peek at those. We'll look at both illustration and special illustration. These are more recent in the Scarlet and Violet set, but you can kind of see these vary in price, but some of them are pretty cheap, and they look pretty nice, and there's a huge amount there. Now, what I talked about with the hyper rares, we can look at too, because this will be pretty much all gold cards from Scarlet and Violet. But if you go and you look at the other rarity for secret rares, you'll see that these are kind of some of the past rainbow rares, you know, actual after set secret rares before all these other rarities came into play. Even like vintage, the secret rares, if you look at like high to low, are going to be some of the more expensive cards, like the shining cards from the Neo sets. You can kind of do your own research on some of the other rarities and how those work. And specifically with this article, the set symbols will show up on the cards, but just know if you do end up collecting Japanese cards that the symbols will be different. The rarities for the most part match up, but for example for ultra rare it'll say UR, and most of the other ones are letters too. For the illustration rare and special illustration rare, I think they're called art cards, so it'll be like an AR or an SAR for those rarities on Japanese. But you can kind of look those up too if you want some more info on some of the more vintage rarities and what those look like for Japanese as well, because things change all the time with Pokemon. And it's nice to know when you're searching exactly what you're looking at. So on TCG Player, there are actually other rarities listed here that are part of like the normal sets. Things like amazing rares or specific, like, classic collection, ace spec rares, the break cards, those gold like sideway cards, stuff like that. You can look for specifically on here because they're kind of their own thing. For this week, I wanted to focus on the radiant rares. So these are really cool. Despite what they might look like on the page, they're actually, this kind of looks like just a normal regular rare card, or it might even not be hollow, but they're actually full card hollows, and they actually have a little bit of texture to them, so they're pretty cool. So these pages really do not do them justice. If we go back here, you can kind of see these ones stamped are really expensive, but if we just sort price low to high, because we're poor, and that's what we're looking for anyway, you'll see that a lot of the arts here are exactly the same, they just are missing the stamp. Now, I know a few of these, like the Pokemon Go, Blastoise, and Venusaur specifically, they don't have like a non-stamp variant. The Radiant Charizard does, and it's a little bit different art. I personally don't like the stamp, so I'll probably stay away from those. But if it's something you don't care about or you do like them, then these are definitely really good pickups. But there are all sorts of Pokemon here, especially some really popular ones. Jirachi, Greninja, the 3 starters, Alakazam. A lot of cool stuff here. Even like the gold Steelix, which looks really cool. But yeah, this is actually what I ended up picking up for this week. Actually, as well as I can show you some A-Spec rares. Now, these are really cool. Not all the items are super, interesting to me, just because they're really only related to the TCG and not really like the anime or like classic Pokemon stuff. But there is a Master Ball, which is really cool. These cards are really cool as well. Full card hollow, just like the Radiant rares, and they also have texture to them as well. So, all right, before we get into the cards, I want to show you what I ended up picking up for the binder. I got this from Ultra Pro. It was on sale. They had like half off a bunch of stock, and so I didn't include this in the $10 price. I'm just kind of assuming that people end up picking a binder and some sleeves and things like that. So just for this, I'm not going to include it, but I did end up picking this up. I'll put the exact price right on the screen. And same thing when I show off the cards. Everything I paid for them, including shipping, I'll put up. But let's open this up real quick. Really cool thing about this, I'll kind of show. Let's see. So cool Pikachu art. And like I said, it's nothing fancy. It's a pretty cheap binder. But it is this 4-pocket, which I really like. I kind of like the style of this, especially for something a bit more budget. You can do a lot with the pages because there's only 4 cards. But there are a few pages in here, if I can find them. Let's see. Right here, where it's, there's no slot here. It's actually just, let me see if I can show you. One big page for jumbo cards. So this has, I think, 2 of these right here back to back, so that you can put some jumbo cards in. So I thought that was pretty neat. I haven't really seen a binder with a mix like that before. Now for what I picked up. First thing I'll show you is the Radiant Alakazam that I ended up picking up. And you can kind of see here a little bit better about the hollow effect I was talking about. It's pretty cool. All the Pokemon are shiny in this set. I'll kind of take this one out to take a better look at it. Let's see. Looks pretty good. I can't remember the condition, so I'll put all that up on the screen too, whether I end up getting near mint or light played for all of these. But looks pretty good to me. Maybe not sure if it comes up or not, but maybe like a strange little mark down here. Hard to show. But other than that, looks pretty good. And yeah, I mean, it's super bright. And I really like the hollow effect on this. So, put that aside. We'll sleeve these later on. Okay, so next up we got the Radiant Steelix. This one is marked LP, so I definitely picked this up light played. And same hollow effect. Really, really cool. I like that one a lot. The gold Steelix is pretty neat. Okay, we ended up picking up that Master Ball that I was just showing you as well. Kind of a little bit of a different hollow effect, so I'll show you that. You can kind of see in person what that looks like a little bit better. Pretty crazy hollow effect for such a cheap card. And it does have some texture on it too, if you can't tell. But really, really cool pickup. I like that one a lot. Not really sure I like any of the other ones too much. The Master Ball is just kind of so iconic, and the swirl art here is cool. So I like that one a lot. Okay, we got 2 more left that I ended up picking up this week. A pretty good haul, I think. This one is going to be the Radiant Greninja. The art on this is really cool. I like it a lot. Greninja is really, really holographic too. It's textured. Really like that one. And that came in the same sleeve as the Radiant Charizard too. So the one without the stamp, a lot cheaper. And yeah, probably the cheapest holo you can get with texture for Charizard. So really like that card, and we'll add it to the collection. So once I sleeve those up, I'll kind of show you what they look like in the binder, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got everything in here, and let's take a look at the collection so far. Pretty cool looking page. Really love these cards. Super, super cheap, great value, and kind of hard to beat that. I got the Master Ball on the next page. I think I am going to double these up so that there'll be some here too on the back, but just not quite sure where to put the Master Ball yet, so we'll leave it there for now. The collection is already off to a great start, and I can't wait for what's next. If you want to catch the next video, I'll be posting every Sunday, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want YouTube to notify you when I post that. Thanks for watching. I put links in the description for all the cards I got this week if you want to pick them up too. Thanks for watching.